do get a lot of first timers. They've never been in an aircraft sometimes, never been in a helicopter. I like to describe it as more of a magic carpet ride.
First-time flyers here at Maverick, the first thing that I always suggest to them is when you get up in the air here and everything, just kind of get comfortable in your seat. Don't worry, it's really a clean ride. It's not like all over the place. And the biggest trick is not to stare at everything. You got to keep your eyes moving around.
I would say wear darker clothes. You don't have as much of a reflection, which will interfere with the photo.
So Jared, a little tidbit I personally know about you is you have a photography background, right?
A little hobby, yeah. I enjoy it.
Do you have any advice that you would give to anyone flying in a helicopter?
I would say a wide angle lens would be probably your best bet. Cell phones are even amazing these days.
Yeah.
GoPros are ridiculoly good these days. Even the point and shoots are getting better, but you know, I would not use a disposable. I don't even know if you can buy those anymore. Polarizer, filter. You know, here's the thing. A lot of people, you either go too far and you focus on just taking photos and you miss the real thing.
Yeah.
So my advice would be spend more time enjoying it and the memories. You know, you want to have the memories of the photos, but you also want to live the moment. A lot of people get wrapped up in the picture taking and they miss what they're actually doing.
Yeah.
So that, I would say, is a big regret.
That's good advice.
First, book well in advance. If you book it in advance and book it at the beginning of your trip, it's so beautiful. The way we get to fly and where we get to fly and how we get to fly and the weather, it's just, it's epic.
I tell them that they'll love it. It's obviously for me it's fantastic, but you know, people are nervous if they've never felt it the first time. So I tell them it might be a little different feel. It's definitely a lot different than flying in an airplane. But you got much better visibility. It's kind of more of a surreal experience. People once they get in there and you've got this, you know, nothing but glass to look through. It's almost like you're in this other world, and people are just kind of wowed by it, and it's kind of a calming experience almost for some people. You're so enveloped in the scenery and what's going on.
We do get a lot of first timers, and I think a lot of people are nervous just because they don't know what to expect from the experience. You know, they've never been in an aircraft sometimes, never been in a helicopter. I like to describe it as more of a magic carpet ride because everything's very smooth and controlled. The visibility's outstanding. The helicopters we fly at Maverick were built specifically for the tour industry.
People that tend to have a little bit of anxiety before the flight, what I tell them, and which is the case almost all the time, is that as soon as we lift off the ground and start flying, it's just going to slowly dissolve within the first few minutes, which I've had people tell me countless times that that's exactly what their experience. They're just blown away, and when we land, they're floating still. You know, they're just so elated and so pumped of their experience, and people comment when we land that was a lot smoother than they expected, that was a lot, you know, better than they expected, and that they just had an incredible time.
They get emotional on these helicopter flights. They see things that they've never seen before, experience things that they never experienced before, and they're weak in their knees. They come out of a helicopter and it's like, this is the best thing I've ever done in my life. And it's like,
Yeah.